Warning, this podcast contains Mr. Mxyzptlk. I love saying that name.
Now say it backwards.
No, I don't want him to go away. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 13, Mr. and Mrs. Mxyzptlk. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Cleo, Nikki, and Rachel.
Mixie.
No, that's not as fun.
Mixie.
Whatever. So, what'd you guys think of this episode? Yeah.
I liked it overall. Yeah, I can say overall, but when we get to the points where I'm gonna rant a bit, that's where I'm, I can.
Those are the parts she doesn't like.
Claire?
The whole yeah.
Claire, what'd you think of this episode?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I always loved Mxyzptlk, so he was great.
Yeah. I absolutely loved when they're doing the research on him, and they're like, have Earthlings ever come in contact? And he's like, yeah, they're genies, and all this stuff. And we know that the actor who played Mr. Mxyzptlk actually played the genie Cyrus in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
And he was singing A Whole New World.
Yeah, and that just started cracking me up every time. He did it, and then he stopped, and then he came back and did it again, and I lost it. I absolutely lost it.
I knew Dom would love it. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh god, he's going to be singing it on this.
No.
And he made a couple Hamilton references. Yeah. That was fucking hilarious, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had anything to do with Hamilton, but...
I don't know. You'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
He might have.
And the highlight of this episode for me was Mon-El's jealousy. I absolutely loved it. And then you get him stealing the artifact from the DEO and going to fight him himself. And they end up in a Hamilton-style duel. That was absolutely fantastic. I loved it.
Hamilton and Burr.
Yep.
I was like, does he actually think I was going to give you a loaded gun?
A gun that could kill me.
Yeah. Little ridiculous there, Mon-El. Little ridiculous. But, yeah. But all in all...
It's just, the feeling when you shoot a gun at a person you hate. I'm sure it was just... It felt fantastic. And that was probably the only reason why Mon-El did it. Because he knows the only way to get rid of him is to say his name backwards. Get him to say his name backwards. So he already knows this.
Or kill him. And that's exactly what we're guessing that the conflict between him and Kara were going to be this episode. Was Mon-El wanted him dead, and Kara wanted him gone peacefully. We kind of figured that was going to be the conflict, which it turned out to be, and I think it played out fantastically. I loved that aspect of it. I knew when Kara was shunning him away and telling him no, that they weren't working. The fight in the DEO was a little ridiculous, but the one in the house, I knew exactly.
The fight in the DEO was real.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
The fight in the DEO was real.
Yeah,
I was laughing. I just thought that was a hilarious fight. I was just like, you guys, you sound like freaking high school kids. Stop it.
Yeah, the DEO one was real, but it was still ridiculous. And the one in the house, as soon as it was happening, I was like, I know what you're doing, Kara. I know what you're doing.
Exactly.
So, but she explained herself at the end. She's like, he could have been listening, and it's true. He could have been. Mm-hmm. So I can't really say anything because I was like, she's got to do this. That's the only way she's gonna get it done without killing him. And Kara doesn't believe in violence. It's like Batman with, killing people too. So,
depends on which Batman.
That is also true. That is also true. So, this also was our first Valentine's Day episode from, I think, any show we've covered. I don't recall any show that we've ever covered.
Vampire Diaries? That seems like one that would do a Valentine's Day show, really.
No, Vampire Diaries have not done a Valentine's Day show.
That's weird.
I could have sworn there was others. For this season, I think this is the first one, but for other seasons, there were other ones, yeah.
None that I could recall. I mean, unless Shield that I don't cover did one.
Nope.
No.
But anything that I've been on, I've not recalled a single Valentine's Day episode. But yeah, it was kind of cool. Like we had a long distance relationship. We had a newly budding relationship, and we had an anti Valentine's relationship, and I don't know. I guess those ones, but
yeah,
we covered basically every facet of Valentine's Day there.
Right? All of them.
Yeah. Except I guess for the ones that just work out, right off the bat. Like we didn't cover that because that's not entertaining, right? We can't just have a regular normal relationship that's been working and you just go out and have a happy meal. Not at McDonald's or anything, but you know what I mean. But,
Have a happy meal.
You know what? Going out to McDonald's and having a happy meal would have been better than all of these, except for John and McGann. That was very romantic. Okay,
it was.
All the rest of this was you could have gone to McDonald's, got a happy meal, and it would have been way more romantic.
Mm.
I mean, I think
when
Alex and Maggie's ended up in the end being nice, but yeah, no, that didn't start out too well.
No,
for obvious reasons.
And I wanted to punch both of them in the face.
Wynn tried.
Oh,
really.
he tried. He
tried.
I mean, Wynn is so weird because he wanted it to be Valentine's-y and stuff, but then it just ended up being a lustful adventure twice in a row, and
she thought it was
I
one
feel
night
so.
stand. She thought it was just going to be a one night stand, and she thought she was just, a thing, kind of like a notch on his bedpost kind of thing. Oh, I had sex with an alien kind of thing.
No, Wynn's not like that. He's like,
I know he's not, but she didn't know that. that's what she said to him.
Well, now she's finding out that he's a sex fiend.
Mm.
Well, she kind of softened a little bit. She was like, I've never had someone that wanted to have a relationship. Wanted to be more than just. Yeah. Which is kind of sweet. It's kind of cool.
I mean, it kind of even it was like a interracial kind of topic as well. That it dealt with. But this was interspecies, so it was kind of an escalated version of that. But yeah.
Yeah, it was just not a metaphor. What are they? Allegory, whatever the right word. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have a brain tonight.
The first thing she said when she walked in, she was like, everyone's staring. He's like, so?
Let them stare.
Let them stare.
Yeah, whatever. No, I thought it was adorable. The two of them together is great. It literally came out of nowhere, right?
It did.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it's good. I want to see more of this. I think this would be really, really, really good story for them.
I love how she was like, I don't like violence, or I don't like bullies, or whatever
bullies.
She said.
Oh, yeah, bullies.
And she proceeded to beat the crap out of him. Not Wynn, but the guy who was picking on Wynn.
She might have beat
because he was a bully.
Yeah. And,
we don't know.
And Wynn's just like, yeah, you're not bullying him at all.
No, she's teaching him a lesson. There's a difference.
Right.
And I mean, they were going to beat up Wynn.
They were.
Well, at least the one
guy.
guy.
Kill him.
A bully picks on someone who won't, can't, doesn't defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
These
Wynn
guys
was all
were
ready to buy
fight.
him beers, whatever drinks they wanted. He's doing whatever he could to get out of it, and they were just like, no, or the one guy was like, no, I'm gonna beat you down. That's it. That point, his two friends tried to stop him. They did, but it didn't go over very well.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, when you step to somebody like that, if you get beat, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that one was like, I could have handled them. She goes, yeah, you could have killed them when they choked on your bones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As soon as she said that, I'm like, I like you.
I do. I like
Actually,
her.
As soon as she beat them up, I'm like, I like you.
So, okay, what planet is she from again? What species is she?
Star something.
Stardust?
Stardew Valley.
No, not that.
It was like Starbound or something like that. And Kara.
That's a video game.
Well, I know it starts something, but
That was
Kara.
like Stardust
I remember
or something.
Kara I remember Cara telling Win about it, how the air smelled like cinnamon, and it was just like this really beautiful place to be, and
She's
stuff
like
like
smelled like cinnamon, and now it smells like
It
death.
smells like death.
I was like, oh, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, but the fact that he also knew the story that her dad used to tell her when she was a kid, it was kind of cute.
Yeah,
it was kind of something that linked them all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and I like that she's blunt and to the point.
Yeah,
like he said, it smells like cinnamon. And she's like, smelled. There's a blight. Everything's dead. Like she's right to the point. She doesn't tiptoe around.
Your friend must not have left Earth, for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Well, to be fair, she hasn't.
Well, he needs someone like that. He really does.
I think the show needs someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, Alex kind of stepped up and did that too. She's like, no. Feelings now.
I would love to see her become a field agent at the DEO. That would be fantastic.
Oh, that'd be great.
So cool. Well, Alex did step up for a bit, and then she started dating Maggie. Now she's just a mess. So there's that.
Where she told Maggie, "Say your feelings now."
Yeah, you can't walk.
Maggie be
walking away.
Wow.
So she just kept walking away. I understand that Valentine's Day, that's a hard time when you get your heart broken like that. But that's no reason to poop on someone else's.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think she realized what it meant to Alex, too.
I'm not blaming Maggie for this situation at all.
I'm not either.
I'm not, because she clearly had the conversation with Alex sitting down for breakfast, and Alex goes in and is like, oh, stupid Valentine's Day, right? Am I right? And she's like, yeah, it's a Hallmark holiday, whatever. Like, they had the discussion. Alex should have, at that point, told her that that's not how she felt about that. That is Alex's own goddamn fault.
And it's also part of Maggie's fault, because she got the card from her, Alex got the card from her mother, and you could clearly see how happy she was to receive this Valentine's card from her mother. Maggie was sitting right there. She could see it in Alex's face. It's partly Maggie's fault too.
It's both their faults. They didn't.
Yes.
They don't communicate.
They don't.
They did eventually. They did at the end.
Yeah, they always do. They always do. They take a long time to get around to it. Yeah.
They need a therapist.
Because I mean, it's easy to miss. It would be easy for Maggie to miss the happiness that Alex had in her eyes when she got the card, because Maggie has this pre-existing aversion to Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
To just, her instinct is to say fuck it. So I think it's logical she would have missed that it meant a lot to Alex. So.
It made me so I don't like Valentine's episodes, because it's all stereotypical for everything, and it's the same for every freaking show. It's just different characters, and
see, me personally, I'm kind of in the boat with Maggie. However, I've never had anything traumatic happen to me on Valentine's Day, so it's not like I hate it because of a certain reason. I just dislike the fact that corporations and everything are trying to cash in on the concept of love, and that irritates me. It's, so I feel like if you can't take the time out to do this all year round, that you shouldn't do it one time a year. That's just me.
Yeah, and I think people say that a lot as like an anti-Valentine's Day thing, but if you show you love them all year round, but then still want to do something special on this one day, I don't see how that's a problem.
Yeah, it's just the whole cliche, oh, we have to go to dinner, oh, I have to get you chocolates, and I have to get you flowers. Like chocolates, flowers, dinner, movie does not have to happen. That's not Valentine's Day. Do
chocolates
like what Maggie...
Essential.
Do what Alex was trying to do for Maggie. No.
Yes, exactly. Tiramisu. A poem about guns. Like, that was perfect.
Exactly. So if you feel the need to do something on that, tailor it, and don't cash into the media and the consumer portion of it.
I got my husband 2 Slim Jims and 2 Snickers.
That was so romantic.
Yeah.
I got John balloons, so
Yep.
Oh, John loves balloons.
Yeah.
Everything. No.
I mean, I got my daughter. got her a whole bunch of sour Skittles.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's more that I'm not against the love is stupid, which is what Maggie. It's just I don't know. Valentine's Day, just the whole concept irritates me.
My Valentine's present isn't made yet, so. I'm getting a Boba Fett purse, so it's being handmade. So.
Awesome.
It's not made yet.
Then you had Kara and Mon-El, which they got interrupted, but they got into a big fight, which is another cliche Valentine's Day thing. You're gonna get into a big fight on Valentine's Day, and then they ended up making it up. I think it was the next day, but it was the day after. But we finally got the Kara and the Mon-El
finally got the kiss.
I was totally waiting for something to interrupt the second kiss. Like, I was actually upset that didn't happen.
I'm like, I'm not gonna get happy yet. And yay!
They went like the slow motion, like they were gonna, and then they just like collided faces, like
and then landed on the couch, and they were practically ripping their clothes off. Yeah, okay, that's a kiss, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
There was so much sexual tension between the two of them. I'm surprised they waited to get on the couch. I'm surprised their clothes didn't just spontaneously combust off of them as soon as they kissed. But,
Interesting.
Well.
That would have been a thing, wouldn't it?
Yep. We
Not
mentioned...
saying I'd like to see that, but that'd be interesting to know if that happened.
We mentioned John and McGann's their written message, long-didn't relationship. That was really cute. And then the other relationship facet that... we didn't cover here, but the show did, was obsession, where you get that one person, it's usually, sorry I'm being stereotypical, but it's usually a guy that is overly obsessed with a girl that wants nothing to do with him.
And it happens to girls.
Hold on,
we're talking about Cupid from Arrow.
I think in media... It's usually a guy. This sort of thing, it's usually a guy.
I've seen it mostly.
But I think
I've seen it personally from a lot of my guy friends.
I've seen it a lot from women too. It does go both ways. But you're right. You're right. There is an overrepresentation of men in being that kind of
stalkerish.
The 11 level 3 clinger.
He was a stage 5 clinger.
Stage 1. This aesthetically reminded me of Markiplier. 2, when he interacted with Kara, reminded me of those fedora-wearing miladies, kind of like douchebags.
Right.
But somehow I couldn't stop smiling whenever he was speaking. I'm like, you're an asshole. But
he was so...
No.
He's adorable. He's like, I want to pinch your cheeks. Adorable.
His personality is really magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just can't help but look his general direction and give him attention over other people.
It was like the same way in Alice in Wonderland. You couldn't help but not like him. No matter what he did, even if he did something stupid, you're like, it's okay, I like you.
Like putting on a super suit that had a big M on it. And I seriously thought he was Superman for a while. And then I was like, no, that's not the same body shape. And then he turned around and it was him, like...
She's like, oh, God, really?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But, yeah, I mean, I understand. And Mon-El was a little pissed off she sent him away, but I understand why she did it. And it's...
I don't know.
It's like, just go. It's like telling a dog, just go. I will deal with this. Just go.
Yeah. But like, I mean, seeing him,
what infuriated me was that Mon-El just didn't listen.
Well, he was super jealous. Jealousy blinds you.
Excuse.
Jealousy blinds you.
That is an excuse. It's just not a good one.
No, but jealousy blinds you. I've seen it so many times. Not personally. I'm not the jealous type, but I've seen it in other people. I've seen it in a lot of other people. A lot of my friends, they get I'm like, dude, you need to just like chill out, step back, and look at the situation. He's like, I can't,
Not being a chode.
Yeah.
Just like they say, love is blind. Jealousy can be just as blind, especially when you're in love with the person.
When love makes you blind to everything, jealousy puts blinders up so you can only see one direction. And then, well,
I don't want to see one direction. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make the joke.
I'm waiting for it.
We had
He's not gonna make it because we all like laughed and knew he was gonna do something, so he decides not to do it. But yeah, like jealousy is more like a blinders. You're more like a bull seeing red. Really, I mean they. The color that's connected with jealousy is usually green, like envy and stuff like that. But that's
all he was seeing was, Mxyzptlk just going for his girl. That's all he was seeing. That he wasn't seeing anything else. He was just like, "Get off my woman!" And basically, he kind of did say that. He's, "No, she's mine."
Yeah, he did say that. I think that really pissed her off too.
It definitely did.
Yeah,
especially when he's like, "But I have to defend your honor." And she's like, "Bitch, no you." Oh Jesus.
Oh, God.
And she's like, "Bitch, no you don't have to defend my honor." Because it's true. Kara doesn't need anybody to defend her honor. Like, come on, this is not the 1800s. This is not Hamilton's time.
No.
But then again, he also, when asked him for advice, he's like, "Dude, back on Dex, I was a playboy, basically. I just used women." So he doesn't know. I mean, from what all we know, he's watched old shows, and that's what they do. Defend your honor.
I didn't care about anyone.
Right?
And I objectified women.
He probably is learning a lot of his, how to treat women through media.
The fact that line right there made Cleo laugh, I think seals the character for me. Like, no other person can get away with saying that, and Cleo would be able to laugh at that.
Well, no, here's the thing. The reason it's hilarious is because he doesn't feel that way anymore.
Right.
He was like, "God, things were so much easier when I was ignorant." He doesn't feel that way anymore.
When I didn't have feels, it was so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I have the feels. I caught the feels. Case of them. Really bad case of the feels. Well, he's growing a little, and like Nikki said, he probably does. He's probably getting a lot of his how to interact with women through TV and media and stuff. And that's not probably the best place to get it.
It definitely is not. No.
So.
Yeah.
But when going to him and asking for advice, I'm like, dude, that's the wrong person.
Yeah. Well,
at least he didn't take the advice.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't really give him any advice. He was just like,
Mon-El was like, "No, you don't want to talk to me, dude, because I just used to objectify women. You don't want to talk to me about this."
You're barking up the wrong tree, dude.
Yeah.
If you want to get laid, I can help you. But other than that, no.
I don't think Wynn needs any help in that department with Lyra. So.
No, not with her. No. I hope that blooms a little more.
Yeah, but Kara ultimately comes up with the way to defeat him, which we learned through Mon-El is actually to say his name backwards. We discussed this last week. We didn't think that was the route that they were going to go. That we gave two different ways, that the previous way and like the kind of current way that they used to deal with him in the comics, and they kind of backtracked to his roots, which I like. It's definitely cool. It was unexpected. It's not the approach I thought they were going to take.
Yeah.
And it kind of set the tone early when John and Megan set up the written message is like spoken word. They setting that up, and that kind of, I think, gave Kara the idea to make him type it out in the Fortress of Solitude in like the nuclear code computer. She was all ready to blow him up. It's basically calling his bluff because he's so into himself that there's no way he'd let himself blow up. So I don't think Kara thought she was any real danger, but still she was. Like, why put yourself in that situation?
Because she knew better. She knew he would.
But would it really have exploded?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It might not have. She might have set up a fake system to go off.
She might have.
That's true. Or the blast may not hurt her.
Maybe.
There's that too.
because we've seen her block blasts before.
The one thing that I really liked that they kept from when you first meet Mxyzptlk to that scene where shit's gonna blow up is that he's like, I can't make you stop drinking orange juice, and she's just like, glug 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 glug, and I'm like,
I can't get you to drink orange juice. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's like the things that it was kind of like the rules of the genie. That's what it was like. Yes, I can't do this, can't do that, and I was just like, I'm laughing the whole entire time he's saying this.
Why orange juice?
I was like, I don't know.
Damn it! I should have had a glass of orange juice for this podcast. God damn it! We should have thought this up.
Should have prepared.
That's not orange juice.
Amateurs.
I have coffee.
That's orange soda. I had coffee too.
Literally nothing.
I have literally nothing.
That's close enough.
Ugh. That's fake orange juice.
It's fake everything.
No. You might as well be drinking like, I don't know, antifreeze or something.
No, it's got
I
orange, tangerine, apple, lime, and grapefruit.
Flavors.
No.
Real fruit?
Not real, yes.
Oh, they must
why
have
doesn't it
changed
have to be refrigerated?
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I guess grape juice doesn't need to be refrigerated either. But apple juice, but orange juice does. That's so weird. Never mind.
I don't know. They must put some sort of preservative
Welcome
in it.
to the Juice Podcast, everyone.
Yeah.
The Juice Podcast.
We talk about juice.
I mean, it's kind of related to the episode, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's something I always think with food. I'm like, why does this not need to be refrigerated and this does? Why?
And some things only have to be refrigerated after they're opened. That makes even less sense to me.
Yeah, that one drives me crazy too. I'm like, I don't understand. Why do these pickles need to be refrigerated?
Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know, like the whole concept of the fifth dimension really kind of like boggles my mind. They try to explain it here, but it's just like he creates things and you see him like turn the gun on the robbers and stuff at the beginning and fire them. Like so it's not just like creating or manipulating. It's actually like doing these things. You know, it's not like a fantasy. You know, it's not like he's creating it and it's not real. Like, no, it's very real.
And that's why he's an interesting villain, because he's not apparently evil, but he's not good either. He just doesn't know the difference. He just does what he does and tries to appease people.
He's like a selfish.
So Cleo,
he wants to.
Yes.
If he was a D&D character, what would that classify him?
Was just thinking of that. I think he's neutral evil.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Chaotic neutral.
He's very selfish.
Chaotic neutral.
He's tough to place.
He toes that line though.
Yeah, he does.
Because I notice every time we come up with a weird character, Cleo tries to classify them as if they were a D&D, so I had to ask her.
Well, you know what? It does. I mean, if you understand the spectrum of the evils and the goodness in the D&D aspect, to place them is to have a better understanding of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm not sure. He's a weird one.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, like, he creates a Parasite, like, brings Parasite back, and, it's just, like, all kinds of stuff. So, like, all that destruction he did actually happened. Like, you know, it's not like he fabricated that. He fabricated all the people. He fabricated the damage in the streets, and, no, that all happened. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing all this. I mean, it's all for his own gain. So he was just like, I'm doing this because this is what I want, and I don't care who is going to get what. I'm going to get what I want. Just like a spoiled child, basically.
And things like this
really
that
wanted
happen.
to impress Kara.
Things like this that happen that are like part of the news, and it's just like, oh, they could explain it off, you know, oh, aliens did this and that, really drives home why aliens are not a part of the other DC shows right now, because they are grounded in a more reality based universe where this one is, it's just kind of, and the bar too, the bar really drives that home. It feels like the Star Wars cantina every time you go into that bar, you know. It's just,
that's what that interaction was like. It was like when and the guy got his arm sliced off. That's exactly. I was like, my friend says he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's exactly.
I don't like you either.
Yeah. That had a flashback to that. And I was like, oh, really, you guys?
Well, I mean, the people who write these particular DC CW shows, they really like to throw in Star Wars references. So, I mean...
They do. They throw in references to any kind of pop culture.
I can almost guarantee you that we haven't gone at least 2 episodes of The Flash without a Star Wars reference.
It's true.
It's true.
Ain't nothing wrong with Star Wars.
No. I mean, they can relate in a lot of sense, especially on Legends. They can actually do, oh, wow, you just Vadered that guy. It's like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
That was actually Cisco. That was Cisco, sorry. Yeah. But I mean,
did you just Darth Vader me right now?
They have done it on Legends, though.
Yeah. But I think Flash uses it more than anything, and that's just because of Cisco.
Definitely because of Cisco.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Legends had that whole episode about...
Well, yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the only other thing that I personally wanted to mention was we kind of got to see a little bit of Uncle Jor-El here in ice statue form, and I thought that was hilarious.
Uncle!
Is it just me, or did the Fortress of Solitude look very different this time?
It seems to look different every time we go to it.
It seems like we see more and more, and so we're like, oh, so that's what's in that corner.
It just seemed like there was more ice than snow, and last time there seemed to be more snow than ice. I don't know.
Maybe he redecorated after it got after what's his face got a hold of it and I destroyed it a little bit.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
He redecorated.
We need a web series about the Fortress of Solitude to explain why
it's like everyone who comes in and out.
That's Superman's side hobby, is renovating the fortress here and there just to give it a little different pizzazz, so he doesn't get bored.
Maybe it's constantly changing. Maybe it's on a revolving, like, oh, I don't want this decor. Let's go with this one.
So it's like the warehouse from Warehouse 13, where it's constantly growing.
It's just changing all the time. Mm-hmm. It's forever changing.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. That sounds interesting. So.
Yeah, or the library and the librarians works the same way. But I swear the Librarians is just a ripoff of Warehouse 13, but I still love it.
It would be the other way around. The Librarians movies have been coming out for like a decade.
the movies, but I feel like the TV show is a direct ripoff to the TV show. Like, there's so many references that just feel... Like, I get the movies came first, I get that, and I've watched them all, but the movies and the TV show feel very different from one another.
That's true.
But anyway, you guys have anything else for this episode?
There was no James. Thank God.
God.
No.
Oh, there was, actually.
Jimmy.
There was. Where was the, was it this episode, or am I...
I think you're
James?
thinking... There was no James this episode.
Was it the
Maybe
preview?
It was the preview. Because there was no James this episode.
Yeah,
that was
Wasn't
like
there
one of the
a
first
look and
things
he
I
was
noticed.
wearing a whole different suit, or is that no?
No, that's probably next episode then.
Okay, that might have been the preview for next episode.
I was gonna say it wasn't this one, because James wasn't in it at all. Because James doesn't have no Valentine.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think that would have been a good one too, to show how someone that's single celebrates Valentine's or doesn't. Or doesn't celebrate it. I mean, that would be another aspect that, hey.
Love yourself.
Yes, self-care.
Yes. I would have loved to see James having like a spa day or something.
I bet he did. Headcanon.
I can't see him having a spa day.
Oh, I can so easily.
Oh. Yep.
With the mud mask, somebody doing his toes.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Anyway, next episode is called Homecoming, which instantly reminds me of Spider-Man. When Jeremiah Danvers is rescued from Cadmus, Alex and Kara are thrilled to have their father back. The Danvers arrange a family dinner to celebrate, but things go awry when a suspicious Mon-El starts to question Jeremiah about his sudden return.
It was pretty sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting Jeremiah to come out now.
Yeah,
no,
there's there's something fishy when all of a sudden they just let him go like that. Ew.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, what's her face did just escape from jail and stuff, so
I don't know, but
we can
still.
completely assume that she's up to something.
Definitely.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Lily,
It is a little suspicious.
that's her name.
Bitchy McBitchface.
Liliana Luther.
Yeah, the
Lizard.
Miss Luther.
Yeah. When they said that, I was like, oh, before I even, like, when they, on the preview, they're like, oh, and Jeremiah returns, I was like, oh, there's something going to go on. And then I'm like, well, you know, Wynn tells Mon-El something he saw, and I'm like, oh, crap, shit's going to hit the fan now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm curious how Kara's relationship with Mon-El is going to go. And then we had Lee Silver in chat said, do you think the next episode will or won't indicate that Kara and Mon-El got it on?
I don't know.
We'll have to see. Maybe they'll come in. Maybe they'll come in like they'll come into Diego and they'll stand outside the door. Okay, you go in first. Wait 5 minutes, and then I will come in. I can see them doing something like that.
And Gildarts mentions that Homecoming is also a Buffy episode, which probably is more along the lines of what they're going for here.
Yeah.
The thing that I found weird about Kara and Mon-El's relationship up to this point is the entire relationship has kind of been shown from Mon-El's point of view and not Kara's. You know, like, I think that's what feels so weird about this relationship to me. It's we see the struggles that Mon-El is dealing with the relationship more than we're dealing with Kara's. We had a little bit last week. Little bit. But the last, like, 3 or 4 episodes, it's really been focused on, like, Mon-El struggling with it. So
They kind of did the same thing with her and James. They've done a good job of giving you information about Kara and stuff, but not really seeing it from her point of view, kind of thing. They've done it from everyone else's point of view, so it's like we're not really seeing it from her point of view.
Yeah, the first time we really had any kind of dealing with how she felt toward it and everything was, like, from her point of view anyway, was last episode, episode 12, and that's when she kind of, you know, came and she's like, oh yeah, I was jealous and that. You know, and that, but then we really have been dealing with it from Mon-El's point of view this entire time for the last, like, 4 episodes. So it's kind of weird to me that this is a show called Supergirl.
Yeah.
But we're barely dealing with her side of it, you know.
I actually find that quite interesting because it's supposed to be her show, but then they're not really.
Kind of reminds me of let's reference again Star Wars, where, you know, you look back and the original trilogy, anyway, is pretty much told from the droids' perspective, you know, and not so much. It follows the droids. The whole story follows the droids as opposed to the other characters.
Episode 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
It's based around R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Oh, I see.
The perspective of the story being told.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's they're kind of the main characters the story's following. Even though the overarching story is about Darth Vader, it's told from the point of view of the droids. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy though.
It's an interesting way.
It makes it interesting. It makes it interesting. It makes you want to know the main character even more.
Yeah.
So when you get a little tidbit of their past or something about them, you're more like, oh, okay, that's why they're doing that. I mean, we don't really have a lot on Kara's, her and her sister, how they were brought up after.
Yeah, like their upbringing. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't got a lot.
There.
We don't know. I mean, after Jeremiah left, we don't know how they took it. We don't know how. I mean, of course they were devastated, but we don't know how that affected them for the rest of their. So.
Yep. All right. So I think that about does it. Cleo, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Cleomoto on Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest, and also on WordPress at Cleomoto and on YouTube at Cleomoto with an exclamation mark. I got some new stuff out. Go check it.
Yeah, I saw some of it today. I was all happy.
Awesome. Nikki, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYvenom24.
Rachel, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Twitter at VikingWitch76. If you already follow me, you should be just fine, but I just changed my name.
Awesome. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Do.
You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast. We're some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Till next time.
Bye.
Later.